Hey there, I'm author Shannon Reber, and this is Genre's Bookshop Podcast. And the power is out in town, so we lost Ryan. So me and Andy are here to chat about
Just
the books and things.
just
And
us.
yes, but he was actually reading a really good book that I was excited to talk to him about. So we're
Mm,
just gonna have to do another podcast later. Sorry.
yeah.
When the power is back, we're gonna have to do that.
Mhm.
Okay, so just in case I forgot to say, narrator Brandy Balefire.
Me.
You. Yeah,
I
author
don't think
Shannon
you
Reaver.
did. It's okay.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Author.
Author, narrator. We're all good.
Yep,
Okay,
yep, yep.
so you words are hard. Words are very hard.
Mm-hmm. They are.
Not an interview. What am I trying to say? An interview
Audition?
audition. Those are the
Oh,
words.
I
Thank
did.
you. Good job, you. Okay, so
Yay.
did you get any word back on the audition that you did?
No, but I think that I am kind of in the top running based on her like author page.
Okay.
So we shall see.
Hey, this is exciting.
Yeah, and that one was, when I was looking it up, it's definitely on my TBR at this
Oh,
point, regardless, because it looks like a seriously like, it's got 5 stars all the way down, like, people are like, "Wow, this
that's
one is a must
very
read."
cool.
It was
Ooh,
like, I had to put it down several times, but I always came back to it because it's so good. It's just a
okay.
hard journey. It's, like, about this woman's journey through, like, depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, things like that. Like it's got
Ooh,
like some serious trigger warnings. And from what I can tell, she's personified
okay.
depression. And
Oh,
it's like this other voice that talks to her and tells her, like, it's going to be all better whenever you just die. It's going to be fine. And so I was like,
that's
it's in,
creepy.
yeah, it's intriguing. And I already know like it's going to be a tough read
Yeah,
because,
yeah,
and it's a
yeah.
struggle. So, but I can't wait to read the entirety of it,
That
regardless of whether or not I get that narrator
I
spot.
hope
I
you
wanna
do,
read
but
the
I
book.
can't say that will be one that
Yep.
I will be really excited to listen
Oh,
to.
really? Might
I
be one of those tough ones, you have to
That
put it
might be
down.
tough for me too, yeah. But I will try. I will try, I promise.
Sometimes you gotta do the hard things
Yes, exactly.
to grow,
To
right?
grow, yes, exactly. I've actually honestly never had those thoughts because I've always been I grew up in a very straight-laced Christian home, and
Mhm,
suicide is something that never once entered my mind because I was too afraid of disappointing God. And
mhm.
so I was always like, I suck. I hate this. I am a terrible person, but I'm just gonna have to suffer through this kind of thing. It's
Right, right.
that's always been my, I don't
Mhm,
know, my thing, I guess.
right. You're lucky. You seem to have had a good head on your shoulders with no chemical imbalances and a
No, I wouldn't
supportive
say that.
group around you. Well, with at least a support group around you that made you question the validity of any
Right,
kind of furthering those thoughts.
right, right, right.
So not for
Yeah,
all of us.
I'm
It's a real
sorry.
struggle.
I'm
No, I
sorry.
mean, you've not told you about, you know, the old
Yeah,
madre, so
I know.
problems there
Problems, yes,
and
yes,
then there is,
exactly.
a whole chemical imbalance after I had my second child,
Okay.
was
Yeah,
rough.
postpartum depression is something that I've heard
Definitely a
more
thing.
about recently than I ever did uh
Right.
throughout the years. So I'm wondering
Mhm.
if I'm wondering why that is. Like, is it that we're more aware of it, or is it just
I
more
think
common?
part of it really is just a chemical imbalance that happens in your body
Okay.
after going through the trauma of childbirth.
Right.
And then a lot of it might be, mom not being fully rested.
Mm,
Might start
right.
feeling, like the only one doing anything.
Right.
Or whether or not it's the truth. It's just
Right.
one of those
Yeah.
things that happens. And
Right.
then compound that with being sleepless and
Right.
tired all the time and stuff like that. It just, man, it after my and you wouldn't think because like when I after I had my first son, my first child, Austin, after I had Austin, I didn't battle postpartum depression. Like
Okay.
I was a single mom, but
Right.
I was, you know, working. I had the things to do and it was just me
Right.
and Austin and we were Austin and me. Anyway, but
I knew what you meant.
we were trucking along doing the thing and then Jet came into the picture and we were all happy and da, 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 and then we had to eat it and you would think that it would be like, oh, finally, like everything is so perfect and happy and like life was good. But I started going through this postpartum depression and had to be
Oh,
put on medication and it was like serious.
yeah.
And I finally, like, after it took me, like, 2 or 3 years to have to get off of
Oh
any
my
kind of
goodness.
medicine, and it almost like, the depression itself and then medicating from it was a
Right.
strain on our marriage because the
Right.
medication does things to your life.
Right,
So
right, right. Yeah.
right, so it was a tough battle all the
Yeah.
way around.
That sounds like that is not
So
something I ever yeah, wow.
right, and
I
you
had
I mean, you
no
know me
clue.
and Jed, or you
Yeah,
know Jed
exactly.
and me.
I
You
know.
know us.
I
We're
know
like
you. I know you, yeah.
we're Gucci
You're
and
the most
golden.
lovey-dovey people I ever met.
We are, but, I mean, it was a rough time, and
Yeah.
he struggled to understand,
Right,
like, what
right,
I was going through, and I was
right. Yeah.
struggling to communicate what I was
Yep.
going through. So, I'm trying to make it seem like it's not your fault, but it's bothering me.
Yeah, that makes sense, that makes sense.
Um,
I have a husband, I know these feelings even though I
right,
don't have any children. I
right,
know how
right there
yeah,
there's so much more to a marriage than children.
right, exactly, exactly. We have cats.
Yes, just that
Uh,
far off.
just kidding. Uh,
Okay,
yeah. Well,
so,
I really do hope you get that, and I hope that it's a good one because it
yes, I
sounds
will
like
let you know,
please
definitely.
do, yay!
I think she's just, like she's spending a lot of time, like, going back and forth between her top
Right.
contenders, I think is what she's
Okay.
doing right now, so,
That's
bah.
very cool. Congratulations! Well,
Thanks.
probably congratulations,
Maybe.
because I know how
Eh.
awesome you are, so, I mean,
Not
it's just
everybody does yet, unfortunately.
exactly,
They're
exactly.
really missing out.
They are, I know, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so,
Okay.
you what did you say that finished? You finished a
We yeah. We finished The Lord of the Rings.
ah, I love those
Finally.
books.
I know
Finally.
I tried to read them, like, I read The Hobbit when I was in middle school,
Oh,
and
yeah,
I
yeah.
tried really hard to get into the physical books when I
Ah,
was, like, a teenager in high school, and
yeah,
man, I couldn't. It was a snooze fest, like, I was falling asleep, but I it's because I read at night,
right,
and so I was
exactly.
just like, "Oh my gosh, this is not my jibe." It's my jibe of, like, a movie, like, the movie
Right,
was good, but
yeah.
I was walking and walking and walking, and then some action happens, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, wait, what?"
What?
But as an adult, I was able to digest it a lot better.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't just walking, there was, like, a lot of lore things happening in the walking and the
And
walking,
the
but
walking, and the
it
walking, and the
was it was
walking.
yeah, it was the perfect thing to fall asleep to for the past 6 months or
6
so,
months, yeah, yeah, I would say it would
something
take
like
about
that.
that long.
Yeah, so and there were many nights where, Jed was like, "Well, I remember all this happening," and I was like, "Well, I fell straight asleep last night, so we're gonna have to start back to sorry, whatever you listened to last night, we have to listen to that again because I missed it, I'm so sorry." And,
I really like that narrator. What I don't know if did which who was your narrator?
Ingalls,
Ingalls,
something,
Ingalls.
Bill Ingalls?
Okay, I think it's a different one than I have for mine.
Okay.
I have,
Robert Ingalls.
huh?
Robert Ingalls?
Robert
Man, I
Ingalls, okay.
can't remember. I need the iPad in here, I don't
Yeah, yeah, darn it. Well,
darn it to heck.
the one that I have, is, cassette tapes, and I think I have a converter now, that it will, turn a cassette tape
Oh,
into an MP3, but I never do it. I have the ability
of
to do it, but
course,
I would rather write than actually
of
do that.
course.
So, I
Report.
mean, I have those, and that narrator, whoever it is that narrated mine, is really, really good.
It's
So,
not called Lord of the Rings, evidently. What is it called? The Twin Towers, Two Towers,
oops,
Two
sorry.
Kings, Rise of the King. I don't know, man.
Well, all right. So
Ugh,
the Lord of the
whatever.
Rings is book one, Two
Lord
Towers
of
is book two, and
I just
wait,
looked up the Lord of the Rings and my thing was like, oh, maybe if I put the Lord of the Rings.
I can't
Hmm.
remember book three.
Ha
I
ha
feel
ha
stupid.
ha. Something about King, the Rise of the King, the
I don't
the
remember.
Return of the King.
Return of the King. Yes, there we go. There
The
we go.
Return of the King.
Return. There we
Not
go.
it was not narrated by Andy Serkis, I can tell you that.
Okay, okay.
It was not that one. Andy Serkis is the guy that did Gollum in the movies.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So this
Interesting.
one was why can't I find it? I can't
Uh-oh.
why can't I
Uh-oh.
find the I know. Gosh, so sorry. Should have been ready for this. Where's the is this it? Yes, that's the maybe it was narrated by
Oh boy.
no. No,
Oh
it
boy.
wasn't narrated. It definitely wasn't narrated by Andy Serkis. I know that. It's Robert Ingalls or
Okay,
something. Something
something like that.
Ingalls.
Okay, okay. I
Lord have
gotcha.
mercy. Somebody correct me.
Well,
'Cause
I
I
mean,
can't find it.
maybe we'll get our first comment on YouTube.
Woot!
This
And
is
they
so
could just be like,
exciting. Hi,
Brandy, you dumb butt.
dummy.
It's
Dummy, come
this.
on.
And I can be like, sorry, guilty as
Sorry. Whoop,
charged.
whoop.
I
No,
just, I
because see, if
remember
anybody
this
calls you a
feeling.
dummy, I'm coming after them. So they're not allowed, but
Oh,
they can giggle. They are allowed to giggle.
then I take back all the things I said.
Exactly. Well,
Okay.
you also had another one though, right?
Yeah, I am
Okay.
I'm like about 55% through reading. And again, I read at night,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
during the day I'm doing things like feeding the
Doing the
kids or
stuff and the things, and oh,
mowing the
the
grass.
kids are
Yeah.
allowed to eat during the day?
Mhm.
This is
Sometimes,
crazy.
usually. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they binged on the fudge earlier, evidently.
Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
jealous of the fudge.
Well, I made 2 batches and Jed was like, "There are like 5 pieces left." I was like, "They better be your peanut butter ones, cause." But
I
anyway,
am not a
so
fan of peanut butter fudge. That's one
well,
of Joel's favorite things, but I it's not my fave.
that's so cute. Yeah, Jed was like, "Don't hurt yourself making," because I'm allergic. So I was like,
Oh,
"Let me
right,
up."
yeah.
Well, I went to the doctor, remember? And he
Yeah,
said I wasn't. And so then I was like, "Yes, I'm gonna eat some peanut butter." So I went and got some Reese pieces and I got
but you
sick
ate
as
too
a dog.
many. You ate too many. If you start out
I'm
small and then
allergic. It
but
shouldn't have
it
mattered.
should matter though because you've gone your
No,
whole life without it. So
no,
you go your whole life without it
no,
and then you
no,
have a huge amount of something.
no, no.
Yeah. th- th- I think you're
I
okay.
don't know.
You're okay. I think
I don't
you're
know.
okay.
But I was trying to tell him, I was like, well, this one does itch a lot. I don't,
Okay.
it's not
Okay.
turning red, but it's
So
gee.
that
So when
was
he did the
peanut?
test, but I guess I don't know, probably. I couldn't remember which I should have remembered. I don't know. He was talking too much. He was like, oh,
Oh,
you're
don't you
mutant.
hate that?
Anyway, okay.
Anyway,
So, yes, the kids do eat.
the kids
But
do eat. That's
yes.
good. That's good.
So I
Very good
read,
thing. CPS
yeah,
doesn't have to come after you.
yes. Not for that, at least.
Not for that.
Yeah, apparently not anything. I'm not that kind of
You're the
mom.
perfect parent.
I don't know about that. I'm at least not
Ah,
beating the children or
yeah,
abusing them in
yeah,
any way.
yeah.
But
You didn't let Austin read books about fairies. Wait, no, 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 it wasn't. It was ballerinas. So you're clearly a
ballerinas
terrible
and
person.
ugh.
Terrible person. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Let's file that one back away in our back
Yeah,
pocket.
yeah.
But yeah,
But
so
anyways, the next book you were reading was which one that you were halfway through?
it's called Green Vampire.
Ah,
And the first one, it's by what is her name? Anyway,
what's her face?
it's really good. Yeah, that's it's
That's her name.
I'm actually exactly 55% through.
Okay.
Her name is
Aha.
No, J.S. Kennedy
J.S.
is
Kennedy.
the
Okay.
author's name.
Okay.
Mackenzie Green is the name of the series. It's the
Oh, okay.
Mackenzie Green series.
Okay.
So all of the books are named Green something.
Ah, green something.
Right.
Interesting.
And so the first one was, I don't have them. I guess I turned them back in on my Kindle Unlimited. But Green Vampire is the fourth one in
Okay.
her series. This is the final installment of this story.
Okay.
And it is very interesting. I'm enjoying it very
Oh,
much.
this is good.
The story is great. The characters are relatable,
Okay.
wonderful, great
Oh.
arcs, really great world building. Fly. The Battle of the Flies.
Oh my.
Really great world building, really enjoying everything. Like the story, the intricacies of the story, like the
Okay.
the whole aspect of
Ah.
everything. And there
Okay.
are, she is a mage. Her backstory being unfolded throughout the
Oh,
story is really
oh,
interesting. She's
okay.
a mage, but she was born as like a spirit mage, I think.
Okay.
And she was like she was taken out of an orphanage. Something bad happened to her parents, so she was put
Okay.
in an orphanage. And then at the age of 6, and then the government got hold of her and did a bunch of experiments on her
Ooh.
and gave her another type of magic and turned her into a killer, named
As you
Tara,
do.
as the government does. So, they turned her into like an assassin who worked for the government, and
Okay.
she was like the boogeyman that kids would
Okay.
tell, it was Tara.
Oh.
And Tara, because she had earth magic that they
Okay.
gave her.
Okay. Okay.
So now she had earth and spirit magic, which
Okay.
is, all mages only had one type of magic, but them doing these experiments gave her these two types of magic.
Okay.
So, and she has this found family of brothers and sisters that she's the
Okay.
eldest of, and they've escaped the facility.
Good call.
And
Good call.
right, and they're like on the run and hiding, and but this like it starts like a year or two after they've escaped the facility and established themselves like in a little town, and they're just trying to live like this really quiet life. And she's like, text me every 3 hours, check in, blah, 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 blah. She has all these rules to make sure that her family is safe.
Okay.
And it's like five of them, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, there's five of them, and she's the oldest one. And then there's one other girl that's like the really young one. She's like
Okay.
15, 16. So anyway, and then she's like rescuing these. After a time when magic has resurged in the world and
Oh,
has
okay.
annihilated all of these synthetic materials, like
Okay.
plastics and stuff, and buildings and everything. Like cell phones don't work anymore.
Oh,
And
that's interesting.
right. And so they have these new type of cell phones, but they're like made crystal kind of things. So anyway,
Interesting.
and then when magic resurged into the land, people became vampires. But
Okay.
there were already also vampires before this that were like in hiding.
Okay.
And then there were humans, like if they held magic, it opened up the magic that was in them that they didn't know was there. Some of them
Okay.
um were okay. A lot of them died because they couldn't handle the magic
Oh,
going through them.
oh,
And
interesting.
a lot of people
Ooh.
became like shifters. And there are
Okay.
like Terran shifters, which are like cats and dogs and things like that. And then there are
Okay.
mythos shifters, which are dragon shifters, wyvern shifters, and drake shifters. And
Dragon, please. Dragon.
yes, the dragon shifter is the love interest,
Oh, well, I mean, as they should be.
as he should
As he
be.
should be, yes.
And the story starts out, and she is trying to rescue these three Dracos, three young Dracos shifters, these three girls
Okay.
from this tribe of vampires or this nest of vampires who have like broken off from the vampire government that lives underground. And
Okay.
they're kind of rogue, and because there
Okay.
are like all these very strict rules in place, and they are feasting on this dragon blood to try to make themselves stronger. they, oh yeah,
Ooh.
big no right in this world.
Oh.
Like there
Okay.
are government laws like overseeing all of these things, like working together in harmony and stuff. So
Okay.
anyway, so they're trying to like make themselves stronger with this dragon blood, and these girls are like held in captivity, and they've got these like magic bracelets on, or you know what I mean,
Yeah.
cuffs. magical cuffs to keep them
Cuffs,
from
cuffs.
transforming into their dragon form, all that kind of stuff. Well, Dragon
Okay.
Protector shows up while she is on a
Uh-huh.
job because she's a mercenary for
Okay.
like this guild. So she's over here like doing her job. And
Right.
he comes in and he's an empath as well as the Dragon Protector. And
Well,
he shifts, but he shifts back into his human form from being
yeah.
a dragon. He swoops in as a gigantic dragon and then he
Uh-huh.
shifts, but he shifts without clothes. And she knows darn good and well that he could have
Well, I
put
mean,
clothes on. And then he was trying to like manipulate her into giving him like the vampire nest people. And she was like, no. And he was like, so they have like this series of antagonistic like meetings and then they have to start working together and she's like he tried to manipulate me like not doing that and he was like why is she so complicated and so they have
yeah, the
this like
nerve of her. The nerve of her.
yes
Yeah.
the nerve of her to not be astounded by my physical
Uh,
prowess
oh.
whatever he was the typical like but it really is a lover or enemies to lovers kind of
Enemies
sort
to
of.
lovers. Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I was there for, I don't love a romance, but
I know, I
I
know.
told Jed, I was like, if they don't kiss, I'm throwing the book away. Like, I can't do this. They need to hurry up and get on it.
Yeah.
Of course, she's had some trauma. So I'm like
Okay,
totally
okay.
understanding of
Yeah,
like in the
yeah,
third
yeah.
book, I was like, in the third book, she go, or in this,
Wait,
at the
wait,
end of
wait,
this,
hold on. In the fourth book, they still hadn't kissed?
no, because they weren't even like, okay, this is what happened. Okay. So at the end of the second book, they
Well, you
started
probably
like,
shouldn't tell us too
I know,
much.
I don't want to tell you too much, but, like, look, okay, so the second book was, like, they had to, like, kinda infiltrate this meeting of, like, all these people, blah, 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 and they were
Okay.
undercover she was undercover as his date.
Okay.
So they had to, like, start getting closer, and you're like, "Yeah,"
Oh. Oh.
and then she gets kidnapped again at the end, oh my gosh.
Oh,
Ah!
curses. Curses.
So she got taken back to the government facility, and in the 3rd book,
Oh.
she's in the government facility the whole time,
Okay.
and he is struggling with this, he just found out she was Tara.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right. So
Mm.
he just found out she was Tara, so he's like, "Oh my gosh." But what
But
nobody knew until that moment was that his dragon inside of him had already pegged her as his mate. And
mm.
so they have a mate bond, and now
Uh-huh.
she's not there
Those are very
to receive.
common in fantasy
Yes.
books.
Yes. So
But
he's
see,
like,
it's something I sometimes like, sometimes, depending on the book.
yeah, this one was
So,
done pretty well.
okay, okay.
So he's got like this mate bond thing that he's got two sides. He's got his human side and his dragon side, and he's like
Right.
struggling with this bond. Like he didn't want it. He found out she was Tara. He didn't want it more, and then but he was like growing to love her, and then he like, oh my gosh, wait a second, and
He's a
he
killer.
enacted the bond, and then found out she was Tara, and then he wanted to take it away, but he couldn't until she like rejected him. But she's not there, and so now that he has an active bond with an other side that is unaware of this active thing that he's got going
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
he's like on a timeline of like, if I don't do something about this, I'm gonna die. Like it's seeping my magic out of me.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
Oh, that's
so he's
interesting. Okay.
so he not only like he
You
has
know,
to
I don't
deal.
actually have to read the series now because you said
I
all
am so
this.
sorry, but anyway, I still don't know how it's gonna end, but she doesn't have it. Oh no, she does have a narrator. She did get she's starting to do it on Tantor.
Oh,
But yeah,
okay.
I did talk to her about that. She was going to go to Tantor and get
Okay.
somebody to narrate the audiobooks. So
Okay, I don't know that one.
Tantor, oh
Tan
man, it's like a
Yes, I do.
publishing.
Yes, I
Yeah.
do. Okay.
Yeah.
Tantor Audio. Yes, I
Yep.
have heard of
Yep.
that one. Yep.
Yup. So
Interesting. Ooh.
yeah, but anyway, so the whole 3rd book, she's not there, and now but he tells her at the end when he goes to rescue her, he tells her, and then she accepts the bond, and then he survives, and then he's like, "If you really don't want to, there is a way to cut it off if but give me a chance." And she's like, "Mm, okay." But while she was, um 3rd book is a little woo because, while she was still, captive with the government, they tried to
Yeah.
breed her against her will. So, yeah,
Oh.
it didn't get, like, graphic, but it was very suggestive of what was going like, you knew what
Yep.
was going on, and she just, like,
Oh.
retreated into her like, every time it was going on, she just, like, had a space that she was in that she was
Right.
retreating to, and you knew, like, it was happening, and you were like, "Oh my gosh, this poor girl." So now she's out, and she's
How
got
old
this
is
oh,
she?
she's, like, 25.
Okay. All right. That makes it I was when you were telling me when you were talking about it, I was thinking this was going to be, young adult almost. So,
Ooh, I
that
don't
makes
know
me
how
feel
young
better.
adult. Right, I don't know if it's considered young adult. It might be. I think it's, like, fantasy.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but anyway, but yeah, I am, like, so here for the growth, though. The only thing is, like, I can't help but read it, but gosh, I wish she had an editor.
Oh no.
'Cause there's so many, like, just, like, that was supposed to have an apostrophe. Okay, I'll skip
Oh
over it.
no,
Fine, like
oh.
yeah, just, like, tons of stuff and, like, weird stuff, like, "Wait, did you mean to flip that sentence around?" Like, she flipped the sentence around, but then she didn't, like, finish, like, editing the other half of the sentence, so, I don't know, like,
Oh.
weird stuff, and then I'll just be like, I'll just pretend that that whole paragraph's not there.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
bleh.
yeah, that
Well,
yeah,
I
that
don't even
works.
know what
Well,
that said.
that's pretty amazing actually that you see, a
Oh,
lot of
no,
people
did you
get
just
very
lose power?
persnickety. They get very huh?
Uh-oh.
Oh no, I'm here.
Oh.
Can you not hear me?
Okay,
I
yes,
can
there
hear
you are.
you. Okay,
Okay, you're
hi.
back. Okay, so what did you say? I'm so sorry.
Your internet connection is unavailable. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, alright. Well, alright, then we're all good. Okay,
Okay.
I don't remember what I was saying though.
We were talking about the grammatical errors, and you said, "That's
Oh, yeah.
amazing."
Well,
I don't
see,
know the
the
grammatical errors.
thing that I find interesting is you are able to enjoy the story when there are little problems like that because people get
Mhm,
very, 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 very rude and persnickety about indie
mhm,
authors not having proper editors, and then
mhm.
you have a very good story that needs an editor, and you are still very much enjoying it. And I would like to
Yeah.
reiterate this fact that it is a story that could use some polish, but you are still enjoying it because you are a
Mhm.
good person who isn't being judgy about an author not having an editor. So
Mhm.
I would like to reiterate that again, but I won't because I think you're awesome. So yeah,
Ah, thanks. And in this case, I think she actually does have like, I don't know if she's an indie author, I think she might be published, but
yeah.
still, it's like
Yeah,
yeah,
I've
but the
seen a lot of
story is good
traditionally
enough.
published I've seen a lot of
Right,
traditionally published books that need much better editing. So,
right.
I'm just feeling
So
snotty about this because, you
right.
know.
No, I understand it 'cause the story is good enough for me to be able to
Yeah,
overlook it so that I know what's going on, but
right.
it is still kind of in the back of my mind, like, this story could be so much better if
If
she
yes,
would
yes,
like,
yes.
did
Yes,
you
yes,
like
yes.
and it's one of those, like, she probably coulda caught it herself, but,
Right.
you
Yeah,
know,
you hope, yeah.
mm,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay.
So, but I mean, you've read my things before, and you
Mhm.
know that every once in a while, no matter how much
Right.
work you do, you are going to miss things. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, it just
you
be
read it
like
so
that
many times,
sometimes.
you just kind of skate over it. So
Mhm.
it's just the way it goes.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
It'd be
Well,
like that. Okay, you
yeah.
tell me what you're reading.
Okay.
I've gone on enough.
I found there was an audiobook sale last week. I was
Oh,
able to
yeah,
get
you were so excited.
I know. I got probably 6 different books for about $3 a piece. And then I got several others that were on the Plus catalog that hadn't
Mhm.
been on the Plus catalog before. So like one that I've heard a lot about is the Raven Boys, and I got that one
Mm.
for I got the full 4 book series for
Mhm.
$12.
Ooh.
4 audiobooks with a narrator who's an actor that I actually really enjoy. And it was really, really fun. And I am enjoying it, but it's not one that I'm listening to nonstop. But one that I did get for $3, I would like to reiterate. It was called The Watchers. And
Okay.
actually I just found out, I think today, that
Mhm.
that was a TV show or maybe not TV show,
Yeah.
movie, TV show.
Wasn't
I'm
it a
not sure.
movie? That's why I was like,
Yeah.
"Was it?" sort of
Uh-huh,
horror thing.
uh-huh.
Okay.
But it was like it starts out in one point of view, and that person is it's like a prologue, and that person says at the very end, "Oh shoot, here's the Watchers," and then you find out later in the story this guy actually comes in and he's like killed. Oh wait, no, I can't say that because that would be a spoiler. Um, but it is a horror story, but it's not a horribly graphic horror story. So, like it's people that get trapped in this house, um, in I think it's West Ireland. So the narrator is an Irish
Ah,
narrator, and so I very much
ah.
enjoyed that.
I'm sure you
Um,
did.
but I was pretty excited because I really enjoy books that I can figure out. I like when I can't figure them out too, but
Mhm,
when I get it right, I it makes
mhm.
me really happy and I got it right.
You're like, "I'm so
I
smart."
knew
Yes.
that. I knew it. But I had it up, but it's not up anymore and it would take me a while to find it. So I don't
I
remember
got
the
you.
narrator's name. But the I'm sorry, the author's name. It's
Mm.
Shine. It's two initials and then the last name is Shine. So
Ah, okay.
there we go. But it was a really good book, and it was kinda slow paced, but it was very good and definitely worth reading. But there was another that I got on the Plus catalog that, I enjoyed a lot more. It's
AM
urban.
Shine.
Yes, yes, that's it.
Okay,
There, you
continue.
found it. You found
On the
it.
on the Plus catalog.
Hey. Well, the Plus catalog one was something like, Realm of Realm of Ghosts and Demons or something like that. I wasn't a huge fan of the title, but I loved the
Oh,
cover. It's a chick on the cover and there's a dragon flying above her, so you know,
ah, yeah, gotcha,
you had me
gotcha.
with
With the
dragons.
dragon. Yep.
But the dragon doesn't really play a role until book 2, which I did start. Um
Oh, okay.
so
Alright.
it was really, really good, and I am very much enjoying that, well, I'm up to book 2, but,
Mhm.
the Watchers, that one I got
So are these, like, horror stories, thrillers, suspense, fantasy, high
the
fantasy? What is it?
Watchers is horror.
Okay.
The, Realm of
Dragons and
Ghosts and
Darkness?
Demons
Oh,
and
Ghosts and
what
Demons.
Ghosts and Demons, I don't even know, but, that one's urban fantasy. Um,
Okay.
uh, the, uh The Raven Boys, that's, urban fantasy, but,
Mhm.
it's like a family of psychics, in
Mm.
Virginia, and, the narrator is a slow-speaking Southern kind of voice, and it's amazing, and I
Mhm.
absolutely love it. But, I really think The Raven Boys is it will probably be one of my favorites once I finish.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
taking my time with that one,
Mhm.
but, there's a 4-book, series, so I figure I might as well take my time since I own all 4 books.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes. Okay, so,
Okay.
we have to wrap things up, but, Ryan is actually reading Neil Gaiman's Nevermore.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So what is
I
w
read that
I
one
mean,
a
I
while
haven't heard
ago.
of that one. Which one is that?
You haven't? Um,
No.
that one see, I don't actually know. I don't remember a lot about it, but Neil Gaiman is, he narrates his own books. So
Oh.
the audiobook is amazing. So, I absolutely
Nevermore, is
recommend.
that one word or 2?
It's one.
Okay.
So
Mm.
it's a lot of fun, and, it's like, how do I put this? It starts out in the real world, and the guy has a horrible, nasty girlfriend, and, he goes on this adventure, and the nasty girlfriend had broken up with him, and it's this adventure that he's on, and you're thinking, I really hope that this child he's on the adventure with, I hope they're not doing anything disgusting with this, because that tends to be where my mind goes, just because
Right.
because I
Oh
read too
my
many books,
gosh.
okay? I read too many naughty books.
Girl, yes.
But it was clean in that way, and so
Oh,
yeah,
that's
I was
good.
I was
Yeah,
happy
that's
about
always
that.
grosses me out in books, like,
Yes,
mm,
yes, exactly.
superheroes, like, I can deal with, like, an age gap,
Uh,
but when it's, like, more than, like, maybe 10 years, depending on, like, yeah, I mean, if it's 25 and 15, nah. If it's,
no,
like, 45 and 35, okay.
that's
But
not terrible.
beyond
But
that,
when it's like a fey male and a human woman, so long as she's of the age of consent, I'm okay with it, even though
right.
it's not my favorite thing.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about, like, the eternal female
Yeah,
and,
yeah, yeah,
you know, because like,
yeah.
that's too much life to experience
I think you're
to
right. I
to
think you're right.
to have anything in common with a 20-year-old
It's true.
female.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Having been one myself.
Having been one, precisely. So was
Yeah.
I a long time ago, but uh,
Yeah,
uh,
mine was a long time ago as well, but
mine was
time
way longer than yours,
times were
dude.
different back then. Not everybody was a
Exactly.
hoe. And I'm just
We walked
kidding.
uphill both ways to school
Yeah, in the snow.
in the snow.
Right, soaking wet.
Exactly, of course.
Oh gosh, I
All
won't
right.
finish the rest of it.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, it was a really good book, a really good week of reading, and I
Yes.
have a feeling it's going to be another good several weeks because I have so many books
Yes,
available.
you do.
So,
And we are after I hope he's not gonna try to make me read The Silmarillion before we go on to Harry Potter, because that's what's
oh,
next on the list. He promised.
okay, okay.
Promised we'd listen to Harry Potter. I can't wait.
Yay!
Oh my god.
I love Harry Potter. Jim
Yeah,
Dale. Jim Dale's my favorite narrator.
yes, I'm so
Hmm.
excited to hear, that because 'cause I've heard so many good things, and I
Yeah,
know I'm not usually an audiobook person, just because when I read with Jed, that's what he listens to, so
right.
that's what I end up listening to, but I prefer,
Precisely.
like, looking at it.
Okay.
But, anyway, I have read the Harry Potter books, like, at least 7 to 10 times each.
Yeah, same, same.
I've never listened to it, I'm pretty excited for a new
Oh, that's
experience, and it's
amazing!
been a
Yay!
while, and
Okay,
Jed's never read them. He's like, "I already
okay.
know the books because you tell me you pause the movie and tell me," and I'm like, "But you don't understand,
You
like, there's
don't
still so
understand.
much."
Come on, exactly.
So anyway, so
Yeah.
that'll be a
Well, good
journey we'll
luck
be
on that.
doing. Yes.
I'll see if I can help you out. I'll send him a message or something. Come
Yeah.
on, Harry Potter first.
Yes, I don't think he's gonna make me read the Silmarillion.
I've never read that one.
Mm,
So,
mm-mm.
all
I
right.
think that
Well,
one's longer than the Lord of the Rings itself, but I don't know.
yes, yes, yes. I have seen it in the shop, so I sold that one pretty quickly though.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, I
Pretty good.
did. It was the day that it came in, it sold.
Good for you.
Heck yeah, it was great. All right, well, we've
Alright.
got to get going, and I hope you have a lovely week, and I hope everyone else has a lovely week of reading too.
Yes.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.